Hey, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be as tricky as a tricky can possibly be. Because all of you who are currently watching this video right now, you are all getting baited by the title and the thumbnail. Because I don't have tricky at resonance 6. So in this video, we are going to theory craft and play around with simulation and numbers and what happens if you have tricky at resonance 6 and why it is such a huge deal. So currently in the point war, in the PvP, the meta tank is so strong that it makes a lot of problems with a lot of players, especially the combination of Jinyu Yao and Sally. They have such a really good teamwork that it's currently broken, their combination. So the thing is that those two experts have something in common. They are both countered by TRIKI. And the thing is that here is how TRIKI works. Every time the enemy removes their allies' debuffs, TRIKI will trigger his passive that results in them losing 30% of their HP. And the thing is that this thing will work even if TRIKI is stunned. Like even if TRIKI cannot move, or if anything happens to TRIKI, as long as he is still alive, this thing will always trigger. And that's the insane thing about TRIKI. So in Jinyu Yao and Sally's case, because Jinyu Yao and Sally removes their allies' debuffs every single turn, and it's even worse for Sally, because for Sally's case, she removes debuffs every time her allies move. So in a single Sally's turn, she will get hit by this 5 times. But the thing is that if you notice, like if you try to use TRIKI against them, you notice that you can never kill them using this one. Like it's almost like, you know, something is holding him back. The reason is because this thing deals 30% HP based on their current HP. So the lower their HP is, the lower this damage is going to be. And that's why we are going to talk about TRIKI's Divine Gate 6 here in this video. So his Divine Gate 2 and Divine Gate 4 are also really good against tanks. And this one, Divine Gate 4, will reduce Jinyu Yao's damage because it uses her HP. But what we are going to emphasize here is TRIKI's Divine Gate 6. So Divine Gate 6 is always going to be the Esper's strongest value. In every single Esper, the developer put their strongest value in the Divine Gate 6. And so this thing, why do the developer put this thing here? It changes TRIKI's passive. So for those of you who understand how this works, you will notice how strong this thing is. But for those of you who haven't get this thing, I will explain to you why this thing is such a huge deal and how strong, how broken this thing is. So the Divine Gate 6 changes TRIKI's passive so that his HP reduction won't be lower than 15% of the target's maximum HP, and this effect won't kill the target. So how big this number is, we're gonna try to open our spreadsheet here. So here, using the spreadsheet, I'm going to simulate how much HP you can cut from your enemy if every single turn they're gonna remove debuffs, whether it's from ally or from themselves. Basically, if they get hit by TRIKI's passive every single turn, this is what's gonna happen. So when the enemy starts at 100% HP, you're gonna inflict 30% of that. So that means you're gonna inflict 30% of 100%, which is 30 here. So the first turn, the moment they get hit by Triki's passive at full health, they're gonna receive full damage, 30% of their HP. But then after that, their HP will get reduced by the cut. So they only left with 70% HP here. So that means the next time TRIKI triggers his passive, the damage will get lower. Because TRIKI's passive deal percentage HP damage based on the enemy's current HP. So the more you hit your enemy with that passive, the lesser the damage gonna be. So this is the number. So you inflict less and less and less damage the lower the enemy's current HP is. So that's why TRIKI's Divine Gate 6 is very strong for him. Because the number, if you inflict at minimum 15% of the enemy's maximum HP as damage, that means that this number will never go lower than 15%. So the subsequent infliction of TRIKI's passive will never go lower than 15%. So if this keeps going on, that means the enemy will die at this point in turn. So this is gonna be first turn, second turn, third turn, fourth turn, fifth turn, and sixth turn. So 5 times you need to inflict the enemy with TRIKI's passive 5 times, and they will only left with 1 HP. So this is how strong TRIKI's Divine Gate 6 is. And that is how you're gonna want to counter Jin Yao and Sally's combination with their proper counter. Of course, you can use some other alternatives like what you all have been doing. But this is how the developer wants to make TRIKI, like the direction TRIKI is going towards to, is to counter someone that plays like Jin Yao and Sally. And there you go, you got the number. So every time they remove debuffs, they will receive no less than 15% of their maximum HP, and by 5 or 6 turns, you can finally kill them with a single hit. But the thing is that the number will get more complicated in an actual battle. Like I mentioned that just now, TRIKI's Divine Gate 4 reduced the enemy's maximum HP by 4% for every single buffs that you remove from them. So this number will go down much faster. And then also, if the enemy have Sally, like their Sally managed to use her third skill before you keep petrifying her, that means that the enemy will keep like healing up and then getting cut down and healing up and getting cut down and healing up, getting cut down. Same thing with Jin Yao's passive. Jin Yao also heal for 5% of allies maximum HP and then keep getting cut down by then. So the number will go up and down, but you get the general idea. Like this is how strong TRIKI's Divine Gate 6 is, and it's a huge deal. So the trick here is that you can keep inflicting debuffs to the enemy every single turn. If you look at the spreadsheet number like this number, you can achieve this number if you keep inflicting the enemy with debuffs every single turn, so that they will remove debuffs every single turn, Jin Yao and Sally. And that's why the best candidate to pair up with TRIKI is mostly our espers that have a unique debuff on their first skill. Someone like Jiangman or Falcon or maybe some poison espers, they are good at inflicting debuffs every single turn. So if you pair TRIKI with someone like that, like probably for example Jiangman, you don't need Jiangman to deal high damage. You need her to move fast and don't die the whole duration of the fight, and she will keep on inflicting debuffs that Jin Yao and Sally are going to remove and get hit by TRIKI's passive. That is one of the tricks on how to get this number that we currently have in the spreadsheet. There are many ways, so it's all up to you, but you get the idea. Like in after the enemy Sally and Jinyu remove debuffs 5 times, you are able to kill them using a normal attack. Of course, it's mentioned there in TRIKI's Divine Gate 6 that this number will not kill them, so that's why it will always stop at them having like at least 1 HP. So in the future, probably someone will showcase TRIKI's Resonance 6 and prove about this number. And how useful this is, it all depends on your lineup. Like you cannot win a fight with only a single Esper, especially while TRIKI is not really a main damage dealer. So it all depends on your lineup, but TRIKI will definitely gonna help you in countering Jinyu and Sally's combo. And the thing is that if you want to hope to beat them at full resonance, that means you also need your TRIKI at full resonance. So there are some other alternatives, but we're gonna discuss that in another video. You have options like Intisar, you have options like Anisidora, you have options like Meredith. Basically, every single Esper that deals percentage HP damage are very strong against the tank meta. That's why I always mention in all of my videos that Espers that can deal percentage HP damage are always going to be relevant in the future, because the harder the content is, the stronger they are going to be, because they are following the enemy's HP. So there we go, that's the whole video for tonight. Hope you guys get something out of it, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.